Hello and welcome back to Bold TV. I'm Tal Heinrich.
And I'm Philip Michael. And we actually have a friend of mine today, a super talented entrepreneur, Josh Bobrowsky. What's up, Josh?
Hey, thank you so much for having me on the show.
Josh, you raised $7 million from a PowerPoint. How did you do that?
Right into it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think the key for that was being really dedicated to the project. And I think having a decent understanding of your investors and your pitch. I think a little bit of luck, too. I think anyone that's an entrepreneur that doesn't believe that some level of luck came into play is probably not being totally honest.
All right, so Josh, just because of the time constraints, because I know there's more to the story, I know you're one of the super rare entrepreneurs who actually could build something in a competitive industry, meaning real estate, and you've done other things too, obviously, but what is the biggest lesson that you learned starting and growing your startup in a new market coming from Pittsburgh to New York?
Oh, I think it's finding really good people to surround yourself with. I think being open to learning, realizing that no matter what stage of the game you're at, you're kind of always a novice, and being okay with that. So trying to learn as much as you can. At any stage of any venture, you're always able to move forward and learn new things. And I think for any entrepreneur, they should be looking at that, whether they're raising their first round of capital or looking at an IPO. Just thinking ahead and what's next and what the trend lines are going to be is incredibly important.
Was it tough to get started?
Yeah, it's always hard. Yeah.
All right.
So I have to ask you about this phenomenon that we're seeing right now. Most businesses are weighing in on social issues. Do you believe it's the right thing to do from a marketing perspective?
I don't think social issues should be a marketing perspective. I think people should be weighing in on what they're passionate about, what they feel strongly about. If there's a social issue that hits close to home or you're a big believer in, I think that's really important. Doing it from a marketing standpoint, I don't necessarily think that's the right place to go, but that's just my 2 cents, and I'm only one data point.
All right, Josh, so talk to me. I know this a bit personally, but what are you working on? What's your next business venture? What do you have in the works right now?
So right now we're still a little bit under the radar, but we're working with some people on building like a sports related venture. I don't want to go too much into details just because we're in the early stages of fundraising. We're very excited about that. Obviously, you and I are looking at a few different projects, and I think right now, for what it's worth, just so everyone's aware, even though I did raise the $7 million, even though that business was successful, with the happenings of COVID in New York City, we did have to shut down. So right now, just working on a few other projects. I'm very excited about all of them.
Mm-hmm.
As an entrepreneur, I just want to ask you one more marketing question. Do you prefer in-house marketing or using an expert agency?
So I think every co-founder or CEO should look at where their strengths and weaknesses are. For myself, I'm very strong in marketing. And so I personally believe in building out my marketing team. But if I wasn't strong in marketing, the ability to be self-aware is more important than having a binary, you should be in-house or out-of-house. If you're self-aware and you're not a great marketer, I think that you probably want to do some learning and some due diligence and pick up an out-of-house marketer. But for the most part, I think if you have a high level of competency in marketing, I would probably do it myself.
All right. Thank you for being here, Josh.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You have nice friends.
Yes, I do. I do.